never liked pink ever in my life. When I was young, my mom loves to redecorate our rooms, and one of the first rooms that she did for me was like a magenta fairy room, which I think I was too young to have an opinion over, but that's not me, and thank goodness it's gone.
I was really sort of like a princess girl when I was younger than 8. I loved the color pink. I loved it so much. We have these colored pencils, and one of them was pink, obviously. It was just like this beautiful, vibrant pink. And I loved it so much that I would never use that pencil color. And I got really mad because my cat started playing with it and chewing on it and like ruined the color for me.
I avoided pink, I avoided dresses and skirts. I was really afraid of being thought incompetent.
I don't think pink is ever just a color. If it's in a rainbow of colors, then yes, it's just a color. But if it's on its own, I think it almost always has that gendered meaning to it.
6 and below, the color pink meant magic and fairies. Really, when I was 8, I started getting into like witches and dragons and medieval stuff. All the princesses in the stories didn't really go on adventures. They were always just sort of sitting around and cooking and something. So it wasn't like the color pink that couldn't be adventurous. It was just the people who were wearing it weren't being.
I don't think ever in my life I've woken up and been like, time to wear pink today. Like growing up, I was really interested in cool colors, like only wear like blues, greens, and purples. I thought pink was a girly color because that's what our society is in America, and my time space has trained me to think. But wanting to be a history major, I know that actually following World War I was when pink began to be associated with femininity. And before that, it was a masculine color. It was seen as like a diminutive red, still like represented warfare and violence and things like that, which is crazy to think about now.
In elementary school, like, people sort of made fun of it. They were like, oh, then you're such a girly girl if you love pink or you wear pink, and you only like princesses and you only play with dolls. Yes, I loved princesses, and yes, I played with dolls, but I wanted to show like the stronger side of that as well. To judge somebody for wearing the color pink, then you're underestimating what this person can contribute and what they actually know.
I certainly feel bad to judge someone who wears a lot of pink, to say inherently, we're not going to get along. I also will continue to judge them if they wear pink because they're contributing to this inherent image of vulnerable, fragile femininity, because a history major, there's a history and there's a past, and I'm not just going to ignore that.
It's also really invigorating to see new generations taking up the same old questions and trying to figure out how to address it, because that's where the change comes from. Women standing up for themselves, expanding their sense of agency, realizing what choice looks like for your generation.
You can most certainly wear pink and be a strong-hearted, intelligent, passionate feminist. And I don't think it takes away from the movement at all.
Being a lesbian meant rejecting all of those stereotypes. So no pink, no dresses, no feminine things, no makeup, nothing like that. Because I rejected that whole feminine side of things, I don't think of pink as feminism. I think I associate pink with femininity.
People say you look more pretty when you wear pink, but maybe I think people still connect it to not knowing so much about the world.
Whenever someone would call me pretty or cute, I would say, oh, you think I'm attractively vulnerable, which in middle school, people didn't really have the capacity to think about what that meant, and so they just laughed and I laughed. Pink can be powerful, but not for me.
Pink is fun. The stronger the pink, the better.
Pink is more than just a color for princesses.
Pink is raw in the way of an emotional wound.
if some girls like pink, other girls don't like pink, I think that's the best thing that we could ever possibly have. Because that means that the stranglehold that the gender stereotypes that colors have on our psyche, they're loosening up. Go with what you love.
Say something like you love me and make my day, like you always do, like you always do.